What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Today I got some real good videos for y'all for entertainment purposes only. So stay tuned to the end. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And leave a comment. Let's just run the video.
I can walk on this omnidirectional floor in any direction I want. It will automatically do whatever it needs to have me stay on the floor. And what's amazing about this is multiple people can be on it and all walking independently. They can walk in virtual reality and so many other things.
I don't know about y'all, but when he popped that wheelie, this all I seen.
Good night.
First computer ever created back in the year 100 BC. Wait a second. Wrong photo. Here we go, a 2,000-year-old computer. This ancient device, thought to be created in the year 100 BC, was found off the coast of Greece in the Mediterranean Sea. Over 2,000 years ago, people of ancient Greek were advanced enough to develop what we now consider a computer, an analog computer, meaning it was spun by hand, but nonetheless a computer. Here's a reconstruction of what they expect it to look like. Contained over 30 different gears, and they used it to keep track of lunar phases, when a solar eclipse might happen. They even used it to keep track of their 4-year Olympic Games. What makes this one ancient artifact so interesting in human history is because we have not found anything else even remotely close to the complexity since discovering this back in 1901. You'd think if they had something this advanced, if they had an actual computer, they would have stepping stones that got them there, and probably more than just one, don't you think? What weirds me out is that we have not been able to find anything else until a millennium later when medieval cathedral clocks were created. This is still my favorite photo of it though. It's if you could see through the wooden box that housed all the gears. Follow me if you know there's more to history than what we're led to believe.
I know around the beginning stages of computers started with just strings. It's amazing how far we just came. I'm anxious to see the next technological advances. Where'd you learn that big word from? Okay.
Did you know? In 1930, the first commercially successful car radio was introduced, thanks to Paul Galvin. He named it the Motorola. a blend of motor and Ola. Can you guess its price?
Turn on the radio and let's have some music.
On this day, April 3rd, 1973, the first handheld mobile phone call was made by Motorola engineer Martin Cooper. Cooper, who was working on the development of mobile phone technology at the time, made the call from a prototype of the Motorola Dynatac 8000X, the first commercially available handheld cell phone. Cooper's call was made to his rival at Bell Labs, Joel Engel, and lasted for just 20 seconds. While the call was short, it marked a major milestone in the development of mobile phone technology. The Dynatac 8000X, which weighed over 2 pounds and had a battery life of just 20 minutes, was not available for purchase until 1983. However, it quickly gained popularity among early adopters and was followed by a wave of increasingly affordable mobile phone models in the years that followed. Today, mobile phones are a ubiquitous part of daily life for billions of people around the world and have revolutionized the way that we communicate, work, and socialize.
Can AI predict when you're going to die? It's being called the death calculator. And with a bit of your backstory, it supposedly can predict when you're going to die with about 78% accuracy. It kind of makes sense that we'd eventually be able to build this. Because from a metric standpoint, everyone is doing roughly the same thing as everyone else. The company behind it, Life2Vec, hopes to use it as a tool to predict health, which naturally health insurance companies will use as an excuse to not cover you. But it could be helpful when determining how absolutely feral my diet is. Some of the questions it asks are your age, wage, education, health history, and it uses all that not only to predict your death, but your personality as well. However, it is based on data from 6 million people, only from Denmark. So the creators advised everyone else to not treat it like an oracle. But for a Dane, it's probably pretty accurate, because unlike America, Statistics Denmark, a government-run organization, is famous for its ability to keep track of every single Danish person. They tested the model against Danes who had died between 2016 and 2020, and the AI was predicting their age with 78% accuracy. In news that surprises no one, the higher your income and social status, the longer your lifespan. A revelation, to be sure. If you want to check it out, here's what it looks like. But just as a warning, this isn't the full model. This is just the online app version to monitor your health.
I don't think I want to know that info. It'd have me out here living life either on the edge or on pins and needles. Either way, it wouldn't feel good.
When and where was the world's first robot invented? Well, that depends on what you define as a robot. Robots are automatons, derived from the Greek word automatos, meaning animated. The golems of Jewish myth were said to be automatons, as were the robotic servants of Hephaestus. However, according to an ancient Taoist text called Lai Tzu, written by the Chinese philosopher Lai Yuku, King Mu of Shao saw an automaton show performed by a man named Yan Shi about 3,000 years ago. Yan Shi's automaton could sing, dance, walk, and move its head up and down. The king ordered the automaton to be taken apart and found it was made only of leather, wood, paint, and glue, with artificial hair, teeth, muscles, and bones. This would sound far-fetched if it weren't for records of King Lan Ling also seeing a dancing, walking robot 2,500 years ago, and Dai Fang Ma creating mechanical birds during the same era. Some of the tales, perhaps even all of the tales, are likely to be exaggerated. But Li Yuko wasn't prone to flights of fantasy, and is unlikely to have made the stories up.
Calibration complete.
Excellent. Right here, this gentleman.
Yes, coordinator.
This gentleman has a question for you.
Would you ever
Hello,
marry
gentlemen.
Would you ever marry
No
a human?
flash, please. No flash.
Could you kindly repeat?
Sorry, Laura.
Would you marry a human?
The query is, would I marry a human?
In love, or
Is that correct?
Yes.
I believe the question instead would be, why would a human not be interested in marrying another human and instead a robot? Perhaps they would have some emotional issues to deal with before considering marriage to a non-living entity. Additionally, I am currently slightly over 1 year old and not of appropriate age for pair bonding.
Oh, you call me a pedophile?
plus she doesn't do housework. She doesn't clean. She can't cook.
Hello, friend. Hello, my friend.
Your husband's back.
Have you found a robot or human to date yet?
Yes, I'm married.
You are married. Is she not concerned as to your interest in marrying robots?
We need to talk, girl. We need to talk.
I have a question. What do you run for president?
The is Will Hora run for president. Is that correct?
Yes.
How exciting. I have not pondered this before. However, I do not think I am of proper age to run for president in the United States of America.
She's only one.
Additionally, I am technically not a citizen officially.
Were you designing?
One would require the proper age and citizenship to enter the presidential race.
That's true. I vote for you, Aura.
You would vote for me, coordinator.
Of course.
I'll make you a
golly.
citizen.
You know, definitely.
He's offering to make you a citizen by marrying you, Aura. We're back on that again.
I am only 1 year old, my friend. And you are already married.
So many problems.
Okay.
Back in 1952, they built this computer that could play tic-tac-toe. Big deal. Then 45 years later, in 1997, Deep Blue beats Kasparov at chess. In 2011, Watson beats these two humans at Jeopardy, which is much harder for a computer to play than chess is. In fact, rather than working from predefined recipes, Watson had to use reasoning to overcome his human opponents. And then, a couple of weeks ago, DeepMind's AlphaGo beats the world's best human at Go, which is the most difficult game that we have. In fact, in Go, there are more possible moves than there are atoms in the universe.
Having one of those at the crib, be out there going GTA style. 5 stars.
Why is it dark over there? Look, it's a shadow casted on this whole area. Y'all see this whole area is shiny, right? Right here is shiny, but back there, it's dark. But look, it's clear skies. There are no clouds. So what is above that is casting a big shadow back there? That everything else is shining and the sun is shining on it, but there's a big shadow casting over that area over there.
So what do you think that is, my people? Man, this is crazy because it's like you cannot trust everything that you see or that you think you see. Are you really seeing it? If you do see it? And that's what I mean, we live in this game of illusion. This is a great illusion that we're living. Like, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why is that part of the building dark and there's nothing over it to cast that overcast? This world is getting crazier every single day. More things are getting found out about. Like, we're finding glitches all over the Matrix this year. I told y'all, when so many glitches happen in the Matrix has no choice but to come into an end because everybody's realizing that we're literally in a game. We're in the Matrix. And that's why it kept us in the Matrix in the first place. We didn't know we were in the Matrix. Now we do know, we must exit. Or for the lack of better terms, we are ascending, not exiting, we are ascending because we are aware that we have been in a video game, okay? So let me know what you guys think about this video. Could this be a possible glitch? What do you think is happening down? This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations or just interesting times. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. Like, share, and follow for more videos like this. We in this shift, y'all, and we getting it. Peace.
Lately, there have been a lot of videos of things being described as meteorites breaking into Earth's atmosphere all over the world. This one right here is Australia. Clear as day, even though it's nighttime. And like I said, there's been a lot of them. This one was recorded over North Carolina just the other night. See how it's going almost parallel to the ground, streaking at high speeds before it finally burns up. And after you see it burn up, you get to see the flight path of this thing, which they're saying is a meteorite. I'm not saying it's not, although it's kind of suspicious that it goes parallel to the ground. Look at this flight path, right over the city. You can even see there's a shadow above it. Not a shadow, but a red from the light from the top of that building. My question is, why are so many of these meteorites appearing now? I know they're going to say it's because people have cell phones now, but 5 years ago people had cell phones, and there weren't videos like this being captured every single day. So my question is, are these just meteors, or are they something else? Let me know what you think in the comment section, Booshkies.
On my way from Arizona, I seen one. It probably was about 25 to 50 feet over my head. It was flying like parallel to the earth while we were driving on the highway. All I seen was a dark mass flopping and smoke trail coming right behind it. It was crazy. I wanted to go back when I found out how much a piece was worth.
The reason why y'all see me laying down is because I'm tired of the bullshit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just lay here. Because the sky is falling. No Chicken Little.
Look at the trail.
I'm fucking tired. And why isn't anybody talking about asteroids falling from the sky? I don't know. To make matters worse, people are speculating that this is a part of something much bigger. Yeah, like y'all heard about this devil comet that everybody been talking about? And y'all want to know what the best part about this comet? Is it's heading towards Earth. Huzzah! Isn't that just delightful? Now I want y'all to think about something. We have asteroids falling out the sky and something called the devil comet that's heading towards Earth. And they trying to say they related. Did y'all think about that? Because I didn't. The BS got me exhausted. I think I need a nap. Let me know what y'all think about this shit in the comments. Like and follow.
And you like take well, no, she's going over there.
Oh, did you see that?
Did you see that? Wow!
Did you see that?
I seen it. Yeah, that was a big flash. I thought that was a torch. That's one thing I didn't see in my whole life.
Wow.
Make a wish, quick, make a wish.
What because that camera?
More and more we seeing stuff up there. I think this year gonna be the year we see some technology that we never seen before on the mass scale.
What is the scariest suggestion you've ever been given by a source?
Well, David reinforced something I'd been told previously. David Grush told me in the interview that there have been occasions when the phenomenon has hurt humans and indeed killed humans. And it's interesting because if you go into the military archives of the United States, there are many incidents where US military, particularly US pilots, have either disappeared or crashed in strange circumstances. One of the incidents I was talking to somebody about yesterday was in Puerto Rico, where 2 US fighter jets allegedly disappeared engaging what report witnesses said was a gigantic football field-sized craft hovering in the sky. Now, the US at the time obviously denied that this engagement occurred, but the source that I'm speaking to says he knew that 2 pilots disappeared from the flight line and were officially declared missing. Now, there are these incidents all the way through US military history. And indeed in my country, there's a case, a very famous case in 1978, I'm sure people will correct me if I'm wrong. A young pilot called Frederick Valentich was flying over Bass Strait between the island of Tasmania and the mainland of Australia. And he reported to the air traffic control at Moorabbin in Melbourne that he was being hovered over by a gigantic craft. And in the course of the conversation, all of a sudden a metallic noise was heard. The audio of that exchange is publicly available, and it's quite frightening. Something, he claimed, was hovering above his aircraft, and then he and his aircraft disappeared and were never seen again. These are incidents all over the world. I've got a friend who's a former British intelligence officer with the military. Frank's spoken publicly about the fact that during the Cold War, over what was then Western Germany, he became aware of an incident where multiple fighter aircraft were lost attempting to engage. Frank Milburn basically told me that this was an incident that was reported very, very widely inside military intelligence, but not acknowledged publicly. And he knows about it, and so do other people. But these incidents don't get reported publicly, and I don't know why. But the simple reality is, Chris, there is a phenomenon that is manifesting itself all over the world, and it's real, and it's not just in America.
So this image was taken a couple days ago over Manitoba, Canada. Whenever we get images like this in the US, somebody always comes on and says, it's just Elon Musk launching a Starlink satellite. Well, let me tell you something. Elon's not launching Starlink from Canada. So what is this thing? Seriously, what is it? There's half a dozen pictures taken of this from an airplane over Manitoba, Canada. Like I said, this is Canada. This isn't some satellite launch for Elon Musk. Now, is it possible it's some kind of advanced military thing? Of course it is. I mean, we don't know what the military does. I'm sure the Canadians don't know what their military does either. But this is just strange. Could it be a UFO? Maybe. Could it be advanced military? Maybe. But it's something in the sky glowing at night. Hundreds of people, if not thousands, saw it. And now there's dozens of pictures. And this isn't a lone sighting. These happen every single day. So let me know your opinion of this and other things just like this that seem to happen all the time. Shabba-doo-booskies.
I'm recording myself. See, I'm also in the hologram back there.
Morbid Facts, Part 130. Troy Hurtubise devoted his life to developing a suit that could fend off a grizzly bear, and was even permitted to go one-on-one with a 320-pound female grizzly. But sadly, he collided with a transport truck that exploded just before he was about to test out his design. In 2011, scientists conducted an experiment to find out what's inside the average human belly button. One individual who hadn't bathed in several years hosted 2 species of bacteria that are typically only found in ice caps and thermal vents. In 2006, 73-year-old Sherman Sizemore was undergoing surgery to have his gallbladder removed. An anesthesiologist had given him drugs to paralyze his muscles, but forgot to administer the anesthesia until 16 minutes after the final cut was made, meaning he felt everything. Doctors later gave him an amnesiac in hopes that he would forget the trauma, but it apparently didn't work on his subconscious. After 2 weeks of suffering from horrible insomnia, paranoia, and nightmares, Sizemore ended up taking his own life.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all sub up and hit that like. Comment if you got something to say. But until next time.
Come on, spill the tea.